Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Good morning, Bix Weir, Roota.com. What's your morning horn is your sip of chaga coffee. All right, today is the LA show. We're very excited. Last night, we're sitting in our RV, not getting ready for bed yet, but kind of getting ready. Like 9:30, knock on the RV door. This is the police. Let us in. All kinds of things ran through my mind. It was a very deep voice. Are the police cracking down on freedom? Are we going to be thrown in jail? That would be great publicity, right? Great publicity. Bix Weir thrown in jail for talking about freedom. It was Bitcoin Ben and his wife Kelly. Bitcoin Ben is in LA. We are going to be doing a show at the Tilted Kilt in Orange, California, right outside of LA, right near Disneyland, actually. And it is from 2 in the afternoon to 6. Come on by. Tickets at the door. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a hoot and a holler, and I can't wait. Hanging out with Ben is so much fun. It's crazy. If you guys haven't met Bitcoin Ben yet, get your butts to Orange, the Tilted Kilt, at 2 o'clock, and we will talk about the transition we're going through, how to get us there, the necessity to keep your liberty and your freedom. And freedom covers everything from this ridiculous war that's going on to your monetary freedom, your health freedom, all the freedoms that you're granted as a human soul in this crazy, crazy, crazy world that we decided to live in. We came down here to live through what we're going through. And it's a great chance for our souls to learn and grow and change and help in the transition to a better world. That's what we'll be talking about. So come on down. All right. Yesterday I posted a little snippet. By the way, these are all going on the private road. I'm trying to get the first one posted today. It takes a while to download these things. The entire show will be posted on the private road. Go get out to the private road. But yesterday I posted a snippet from the first show, 10 Reasons to Buy Silver. Go check that out. If you don't have silver in your possession now, what are you waiting for? Look at the price of silver. Now, this is the price of silver and the price of gold over the last 20 years. Silver, look at silver. It went up to 50. That was J.P. Morgan doing that. A guy named Bill Daley was Obama's chief of staff. It was an artificial spike and to create an artificial bear market. That's how much power these assholes have. But look what happened to gold. Gold spiked and then is up above where it was before. Gold's hitting all-time highs again. And silver is 1/2 of its all-time high. In your mind, if you think about the size of the gold market and the size of the silver market, trillions and trillions of dollars versus, maybe a couple 100,000. I wouldn't even say that much. We don't even know the size of the silver market, but it's tiny compared to gold. If just 10% of the gold investors swap their gold for silver, there wouldn't be an ounce of silver at any price. If Vladimir Putin says one thing, Russia has decided to buy silver, he would destroy all the Western armies and all their minions. That's how powerful silver is. Will he say it? I don't think so. I think China is going to make their move and then do the same thing, shut off commodities to the West. Only the West cares about the money system. Russia doesn't care about the money system. China doesn't care about the money system. India doesn't care about the money system. Only the West cares, because that's the only place we get our power. Unbacked fiat money. I am not anti-American at all. I'm very pro-American. I'm anti-American deep state government. That's what the war in Ukraine is all about. It's the deep state. And I'll get to that in a second. But first, let's talk about silver. Again, we are at 1/2 of our all-time high from 1980. How much money has been printed since 1980? Once you think about this, oh my God, that is insane. Silver and gold are going 1-to-1. 1-to-1. As soon as the COMEX shut down, we see how that can happen. They froze nickel. They're going to stop trading of all commodities in the United States of America on the COMEX, which is a criminal exchange. And then the banks get the get out of jail free card. Bank of America gets to walk away from whatever bullshit they're pulling right now. But really interesting on the COMEX, we are over 10,000 contracts being delivered. Now, remember, at the beginning of this, it was only about a little over 8,000 contracts that were open and standing for delivery. So there's been about 2,000 contracts that have been delivered, bought this month and delivered this month. I think that's the highest I've seen, which is 10 million ounces. That's really interesting. And there's still 498 contracts that still haven't been delivered, and we're already halfway through the month. So keep an eye. You remember, at any time, any big player, any little player who's on the COMEX, who's a member of that criminal exchange, can go in and buy contracts and take delivery all the way at any time. Now, those contracts have to be delivered by the end of the month. But so far, looks like about 2,000 contracts have been, exactly that has been done. I think that's the biggest ever. Who knows? But it's really interesting that all of a sudden there's a big interest in silver. This puts us over 50 million ounces delivered so far on the COMEX. That's a good month. Not the highest. There's been a couple higher, but that's a good month. And we all know who the criminals are playing this game. Citigroup Global Markets is what they call them. Is a monster. JP Morgan obviously is the big bear, although they mostly have to do it in their customer account. But interesting is that JP Morgan, from their own house account, delivered 15 million ounces this month. That hasn't happened for a long time. And it might be that they had to bail out people like Bank of America. Most likely it is, because JP Morgan is the only one who has the silver. But they got the silver using criminal acts of shorting for the last 10 years. So I think at some point the DOJ is going to come back to JP Morgan and say, all right, that's it. Give us all your physical silver. We'll distribute it to the United States American public. If we go back to some kind of gold, silver, crypto standard. Morgan Stanley, massive deliveries this month, which is, they're just one of the criminals, one of the many criminals. Now, B of A, who took most of the silver, 2,400 contracts, because I think they have to deliver a hell of a lot of contracts in May. That's just my take. We'll find out in May, right? Wells Fargo took more, 930. HSBC, the criminal bank, out of their house account had to pony up silver. Goldman Sachs, of course, had to pony up silver. Really interesting stuff. Actually, it looks like Goldman customers ponied it up, and then Goldman itself took the silver in. No surprise that the banksters are eating their own customers. Oh, this criminal game is just exhausting. But we'll be talking about that in at the Tilted Kilt today. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to meet with Ben before, and then we're going to get out there. 2 o'clock, the doors open, and we go till 6. Come on by. A quick, everybody and their mothers learning more and more about the Ukraine. It's good. You need to learn about the Ukraine because you're not going to learn about it in the propaganda media. They want us to go to war to help the poor Ukrainians, and there's so much more going on than what they tell us. Great article on Zero Hedge. Western media are either delusional or lying through their teeth. They're lying through their teeth, and they have been. Remember when everybody was required by the media to hate Trump? Remember that time? And then afterwards we found out, oh my God, Trump was right all along. They were spying on him. Trump will go down as the best leader the United States has ever had. And I'm not saying that because I'm a far-right wing job. He was the best leader we've ever had at the worst time. And everybody in the media and in the deep state was against him. They lied, they cheated, they stood. The whole Russian investigation collusion thing turned out to be a lie. That took up the entire presidency of Donald Trump, was fighting that stupid battle that it was actually the Clinton campaign that started it and did it. It was colluding with the Russians. But, those who love to just say Trump bad, you got taught how to do that. Now the media, the same idiot criminal media, are telling us to hate Putin. So what's going on over there in the Ukraine that Putin thought was so dangerous? Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that the U.S. deep state had all these biolabs in the Ukraine. And there's a lot of them. We claim we had none. But Victoria Nuland, that criminal within the State Department, just admitted it in Congress. And here's a map of the extensive biolabs we have there. Yes, we funded the Wuhan lab. This is the deep state war against humanity. So just keep that in mind. Victoria Noodle questions in Congress by Marco Rubio. The question was, does Ukraine have chemical or biological weapons in the Ukraine? Or does Ukraine have chemical or biological weapons? And here's what she said. Here's her response. The Ukraine biological research facilities, which, in fact, we are now quite concerned Russian troops and Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of. So we are working with the Ukrainians how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of the Russians should they approach. Holy shit. And we funded them all. This is the deep state. Remember, Ukraine's all about the Biden payoffs. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different bio research facilities that the U.S. deep state funded. That's Fauci and friends. That's what's going on in Ukraine. It obviously is a lot more complicated. I think this is hugely part of a bio war, not a bio war, but a commodity war. It is a commodity war. Wait till China makes a move on Taiwan and we start saying, oh, China's bad, they're going after Taiwan. Those poor people in Taiwan. This is a much bigger game, and the U.S. media is on the wrong side of history again. I'm not saying it's good to bomb people at all. No, it is not. But do we really want the deep state to have control of another bioweapon to cut loose on humanity and kill off the majority of the population? No, we don't. So remember, as much as you hear on the news, there's more behind the scenes. And I am absolutely pro-American, but I'm absolutely against the deep state mafia, the CIA, and all the Clinton and the Bush, the cabal. I'm not a fan of CNN. I'm not a fan of Fox News. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not an independent. I'm an American. And this is not my America funding biolabs in the Ukraine to create crazy diseases to spread around the world. Bullshit. And this was part of what Jenny and I had discussed last week. Putin's the enemy of the deep state and Gold and Silver's role in the plan. This is on the private road. She's done quite a bit of work on Putin, deep diving into who he is and what he's doing. And just like everybody was told to hate Trump when he was in office, everybody's being told to hate Putin. There's a bigger story going on. Just remember that. Anyway, more information on the road show. We are headed to, after here, today at 2 o'clock in the Ukraine. In Orange, California, at the Tilted Kilt, we head to San Diego. And the San Diego show is at, I'll get it right here. And that would be Thursday night from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Mike's Barbecue in Escondido. They have a great facility there. Come check us out in San Diego. Andy Scheckman will be there. Andy Scheckman will be there in San Diego with us. That's going to be a big silver fest over there. And then today, though, we got Bitcoin Ben. We're going to have a blast. Come down and hang out with us at the Tilted Kilt in Orange, California. This is Bix. Here's a glimpse of what it's going to be like.